Martin. Cynthia was 50 years old and a member of the Gitxaala Nation. She worked as a youth worker on the east side of Vancouver. She later moved to New Hazelton along Highway 16 to be closer to her mom and family. On Sunday, December 23, 2018, Cindy was spending the day with her mom and was last seen leaving her mom's house that night approximately 9 p.m. She was reported missing when no one heard from her. Police and family began searching for her over Christmas weekend, on the ground and in the air. Her vehicle was located, abandoned and locked, near the Hagelgate Bridge. There was no sign of a struggle in the car and all of her belongings were still inside. Family and friends told police that it is out of character for her to have left without letting anyone know where she was going. Then, on May 1st, 2022, the RCMP said in a press release that remains were found, and the confirmation that it was Cynthia came on August 9th, 2022. The investigation into what may have happened to Miss Martin is ongoing, police said. Anyone with any information should please contact the New Hazelton RCMP at 250-842-5244. Mary Jane Hill. Mary's death on March 26, 1978 was determined to be from bronchitis and bronchopneumonia, despite the fact that she was found naked along the Highway of Tears. She was 31 years old and a mother of 3. Vicky Hill was only 6 months old when her mother died. Vicky believes that someone left her there to die. Why on earth was she left there, and why wasn't anything done? And where was she going, and why was she naked? Why was she sick and left for dead? Vicky was never shown the evidence that the police gleaned from the scene. She said that she does not even know if they found her clothes. Mary died 34 kilometers from Prince Rupert. An inquest was called into her death, and a page-long summary of death also went on to state, "We further find that the death of Mary Jane Hill as a result of manslaughter. No one has ever been charged." Hill said that the RCMP have never spoken directly to her about the case, and have instead gone through victim services or outreach workers to communicate with the family. She believes that the case is not being actively investigated. According to Vicky, her mother was buried in an unmarked grave and she had to go back through the old records just to find the graveyard. She said that she doesn't know the exact location of the grave, but she is still searching. As a side note, the RCMP have finally met face-to-face with Vicky to discuss her mother's case. There has still been no resolution. Jessica Patrick Balzer. Jessica Patrick, also used the last name Balzer, was a member of the Lake Babine Nation. Jessica had a tumultuous childhood, and at the age of 7 her family was split and she was placed in foster care. For several years following, she was shuffled from different foster care homes and extended family. At the age of 14, she was placed with her father. Jessica's father recalls her as being a happy, vivacious, and spiritual girl. A girl that was outgoing and believed in Jesus. She loved Marilyn Monroe and makeup. Despite all of her life's struggles, her cousin remembers her as a bubbly girl and someone who loved her family. At the age of 17, Jessica gave birth to her daughter, Aliyah. Her daughter was the diamond in her eye. They were inseparable. She wanted to give her daughter the life that she missed out on. On October 31st, 2018, Jessica gave her daughter a long hug goodbye before she left for the night. She planned to go to a party with friends at Mountain View Motel while her grandmother watched Aliyah. Jessica failed to return home that night or the next day to pick up her daughter. Her family reported her missing immediately. The last known sighting of Jessica was the night of August 31st at the Mountain View Hotel located on Highway 16. There was a large party there and the police were eventually called in to handle a fight. Police initially told family members that Jessica was probably out partying with friends and that she would probably return soon. Feeling that the police were not concerned enough about Jessica or her family, they conducted their own search. Family members spent several days driving between towns and putting up posters and looking for any sign of her. It was on September 6, 2018, that police finally put out a news release. On September 15th, family members were searching the top of Hudson's Bay Mountain when they spotted a body 15 meters down the slippery embankment. Long, dark hair covered her face and she was wearing a white tank top and ballerina flats. Police later confirmed that it was Jessica. To date, no arrests have been made. Bonnie Marie Joseph. Bonnie was last seen by her family in the Vanderhoof area about 100 kilometers west of Prince George in September 2007 and was reported missing in December of that same year. Friends and family are concerned as to her whereabouts. Bonnie was known to have an independent streak and traveled frequently from her home in Fort St. James to the Vanderhoof and Prince George areas. At the time of her disappearance, she was 31 years old, her height was 5 feet 4 inches, and she weighed 120 pounds. She had short brown hair and brown eyes. The RCMP are still searching for answers into her disappearance. We have no leads as to whether she got a ride with a friend, hitchhiked, or hopped on a bus to a nearby community. If you have any information about this case, please contact the Fort St. James RCMP at 250-996-8269. Thank you so much for tuning into Missing in BC and for subscribing to the channel. I'm thrilled to announce that we've hit a milestone of 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for your support and for sharing these stories with others. I want to extend a special thanks to those who watched Highway of Tears Part 4. It is a difficult topic to cover, but it's important to raise awareness about the missing and lost people in our community and to give voice to their families. I want to remind everyone that the purpose of these videos is to shed light on missing persons cases and to provide information to the public. If you have any information about any of these cases I've covered, please contact the authorities. It could make all the difference in bringing someone home to their loved ones. Please remember to like and subscribe for updates on future videos. Keep watching Missing in BC for more stories about the missing and lost people in our community, and thank you again for your support.